Well, sir, thanks for being a part of the MDforMen community and family, and I really appreciate you taking the time to share your story about erectile dysfunction. And how did that really impact you negatively?
Well, it was like a funeral. It was like, well, that part of my life is dead, and I knew my diabetes was getting worse, and it had finally taken its toll on that area of my life. So, yeah, it was kind of the end of my sexual life.
And then how did it affect your relationships?
Oh, it affected my relationship a lot because, yeah, you love and care about each other, but the sexual component's an important part of what makes two people come together and work, and that was no longer a part of the equation. I can make the other individual happy, but not necessarily me.
And then, now you eventually on your journey chose to have a penile implant.
Hmm.
How did you make that decision?
Well, I had tried testosterone androgel. Nothing against the product, I just am highly allergic to it. And I tried Viagra and Cialis and Levitra and all of the pump kit that you can get. And I remembered that this is something that when I worked for Medicare before I went on disability, this was something Medicare would take care of, and they did. And the people I've talked to on the phone over the years were like so happy with it. So I said, I'm going to check into this. So that's.
And now that you've had it, what was the experience like in getting a penile implant?
Well, we took months, which is great. I'm glad actually that we did, and we made sure everything was okay, and the appointments leading up to it, making sure my body could handle it, and it was fine. I looked forward to getting it because I was excited about the possibility of getting that part of my life back.
And was it an outpatient procedure?
It was outpatient. I came to the doctor the next day, and it's been 6 weeks, so I feel good. I'm trying to think of what else I can compare it to. There's nothing. It wasn't as evasive as I had thought it would be, and the models that were around in the 1990s are so antiquated now that this is totally different. So.
And how has it changed things now that you are complete? You're functional.
Oh, we are talking again. My spouse and I are cuddling again. The things that have been gone for years are back, and so that's a good thing. I'm glad.
And do you have any recommendations for other guys who are thinking about getting penile implants or on the same journey that you were on with erectile dysfunction?
Yeah, if you go to YouTube and put in implant surgery, and they'll show you everything you need to know. But because I've been in Medicare and worked in pharmacies, I'm more used to hearing the language and seeing pictures. But you find somebody who's had the surgery and talk to them, and you had sent me to 2 people to talk to on the phone, and they were both thrilled with it.
Right, those are our patient champions, guys who've been on the same journey, had implants, so that was very helpful.
It was very helpful.
Okay. You also attended a free in-office session with one of our men's health liaisons. Was that helpful to kind of have a one-on-one to learn more about the implant firsthand?
Yes, I was able to hold it in my hands and see what it would look like and could imagine that being in me. And it's a lot smaller than you might think it'll be, but it's bigger in the outcome. But it was, I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can make this work.
Awesome. And it's something you would recommend to other folks kind of?
Yeah. And if you're worried about infection or anything, the material that's used has an antibiotic in it, so you don't develop an infection. And the stitches were off; they just dissolved off within the week. So I was healed in a few days.
And so you're back up and running,
Yeah.
locked and loaded 6 weeks after surgery.
Yeah.
Awesome. And how long did it take you after surgery to kind of get back to your normal daily activity of living?
Within a few days.
Awesome. Well, I just want to thank you for sharing your story. If you don't mind, with your permission, we can put this on YouTube.
Sure.
Because I think it's really important as a community. We've been to share with other men what's going out there, because guys are just hiding in the shadows. And I just really appreciate you being a spokesperson.
No problem. People should get this done. If you're at the end of everything you've tried, this is something you need to get. So.